Live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations. In Takrady, we are on Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM. In Sunyani, we are on Greener 95.9 FM. In Goso, we are on Hammers Radio 106.5. In Kumasi, we are on Alpha Radio 104.9 and Orange 107.9 FM. In Ho, we are on Global 105.1 FM. In Adakluwaya, we are on Adanu FM 107.7. In Tamale, we are on Diamond Radio 93.7. In Wulora, we are on Westlink 88.1 FM. We are in Boko on Source 100.1 FM. In Navrongo, we are on Mike 105.3 FM. In Nakmanduri, we are on Scarp 101.3 FM. We are live on YouTube and live on Facebook. Do send us your reactions by sending messages to WhatsApp 0549 986 996 or go on Twitter, now known as X, and mention my handle at Umaru Sanda or at Citi 973. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM broadcasting from our studios in Accra. I am Umaru Sanda. I'm here with Eno Safo, who brings us our first story. Eno.
The minority in Parliament has raised concerns over what it describes as troubling developments in Ghana's foreign exchange market under the current administration. Their reaction follows the presentation of the 2025 mid-year budget review on Thursday, July 17, during which the finance minister claimed the city was performing better. Addressing journalists at a press conference, ranking member on the Finance Committee, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, criticized the government's handling of the city's depreciation, accusing it of lacking a clear strategy.
On the exchange rate situation, the minister indicated that, and we all heard it. He said, Citi no apiki. That's what he said, isn't it? The developments in the foreign exchange market under this administration are deeply troubling. We are witnessing persistent arbitrage between the interbank market and the Forex Bureau, alongside a growing scarcity of foreign exchange. Perhaps the minister should know that, yes, Citi no apiki, but Abuchi get the dollar, as my brother Honorable Adongo once said. And the arbitrage we are seeing is quite wide. Whilst the minister is talking about interbank rate of 10 cedis to $1, the Abochi is selling it at over 13 cedis to $1. And on top of that, the banks don't have forex to give to their clients. We have heard many people complaining about how long it takes, the documents they have to present, to be sent to the Bank of Ghana for clearance before they get forex from their own accounts, their own forex accounts. They cannot get transfers that they have to make to people they buy goods from abroad. They are not able to do that. They are incurring losses as a result of that. Ladies and gentlemen, the shortage of dollars in the bank has been so pronounced that importers have gone public to express their frustration about the situation. It is evident that the Bank of Ghana has been intervening significantly in the forex market through auctions, bilateral sales, and using other tools, despite the Bank of Ghana governor denying such intervention were happening. If you recall, around February, March, the Bank of Ghana governor was boasting that they are not selling dollars. We all heard him say that. It took the IMF to disclose that in the first quarter of 2025, the governor has injected over $1.4 billion into the market. So who is who? Which is which? It appears that governor of the Bank of Ghana has turned himself into a politician, trying to make a political statement when he's supposed to be independent of the finance minister.
The minority also criticized the government's delay in releasing funds for its flagship programs for the first half of the year. The caucus claims that the Ghana Gold Board has not received funds for its own operations, thereby exerting pressure on the Bank of Ghana to pre-finance the gold purchasing program, which contravenes the IMF conditions.
The minister has not released a cent out of the $279 million that he allocated as revolving fund for the gold bond. Currently, the Bank of Ghana has been pre-financing the gold purchases. And this is a clear case of monetary financing. This is monetary financing. The IMF program frowns on monetary financing. Printing money, monetary financing of the government. And under the IMF program, the Ministry of Finance and the Bank of Ghana signed an MOU that the Bank of Ghana will not fund the government any longer. Yet the Bank of Ghana is incurring a huge cost in funding the gold purchases of gold board. If they were buying the gold for the Bank of Ghana, one would have expected that the gold reserves will increase. But ladies and gentlemen, the gold reserves have not increased.
You heard the ranking member on the Finance Committee of Parliament, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. So that's former Finance Minister speaking on behalf of the minority group. When the budget was delivered, I spoke to the Sanargu Member of Parliament, Ataisa, NDC, and he was excited and full of praise of the budget. Now, it appears that the minority is punching holes into the budget. What does he make of that, and what does his side make of it? Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Maro, and good evening to your listeners.
You have described the budget as the best thing that ever happened to us when you spoke to me last week.
Yes.
The minority says you are simply, hoodwinking Ghanaians, and that the dollars that are needed for businesses to progress are not being released. And to the extent that that's not happening, there is a challenge, and the fundamentals are not that good.
Okay. So, yes, I listened to the entire press conference that was done by the minority. And the best person that settles this issue as to whether there are difficulties with the economy vis-a-vis whether the last quarter of last year was better than the situation we are seeing presently. That was settled by the IMF themselves at the P50. And I want to quote at the executive summary. The IMF reported that the government's fiscal policy measures and monetary tightening policies has reported a stronger than expected economic trajectory for Ghana, leading to a narrow fiscal deficit forecast, robust disinflation, exchange rate stability, and solid fiscal discipline, signaling renewed investor confidence and alignment with the IMF objectives. This is a statement that was made by the IMF under the fifth review. So it is not for the minority to tell us whether the economy is doing well or not. Now, coming to the issue of the dollars not being in circulation, if you look at, you mentioned that through one, you look at access to credit by the private sector for importation. As we are seeing, export commodities or import commodities that deals with foreign transactions have increased by 29%. So if there is no dollar being released to importers, how come that the import volumes are on the rise? The second issue too is that the IMF has also said that they are always happy looking at the reserve buildup. Just December last year, the total reserves of this country was just around 8.98 billion United States dollars. Currently, it has risen by $3 billion. Look at the market participation rate in the forex market. The only thing that I will agree with them is that, and I think that we are also discussing it at the policy level, how to make sure that the dollar doesn't end up with the Abuchi people. Because the idea is that we are trying to streamline having more dollars in your house when it doesn't have anything to do with any business. Because the functional currency of Ghana is the Ghana city. So if you go to a bank to access dollar, the first question is that what will you use it for? And what are the documentations that back the transaction that we do? So this makes a lot of difficulties for people who just want to keep dollars to use it for arbitrage gains. Because tomorrow, at the end of the day, people use exchange rate as a source of business. Exchange rate should not be used as a business. So what they usually do is that they hold the dollars, look at the performance of the dollars, then they want to take advantage as an arbitrage. So if the Bank of Ghana currently is quoting about 10.4, then the interbank rate is around 11. The Abuchi person is selling the dollar at over 12. So what is simple is that if I hold the dollar at the commensurate rate of 10.7, I will just go to the Abuchi and get a higher rate. So that's arbitrage gain, and it is against the Banking Act. It is against the laws of this country. So we will not be swayed by some of these comments by the minority as to whether the government is doing well in terms of providing liquidity or doing well in terms of renting. And tomorrow, in their press conference, I heard something that I just need to correct quickly. They have to do that the IMF or the government is not releasing money to critical sector. Then they highlighted some of the major government priority projects that we promised in the first budget. That was in March. But let me tell something. If you look at the Ministry of Finance fiscal analysis, what they projected was that the government program cash expenditure for the year 2025 was 206 billion Ghana cedis. As we speak, in June, after the end of this year, the government has already spent 109.6 billion. Which tells you the government has spent over 53% of the intended expenditure for the entire year. So what is the argument that government is not spending? The second issue is that a quick study of any growth model, either by Harrow and Doma model or Solo model, will tell you that economists usually peak in the third and fourth quarter. Why? Because a lot of the expenditures, you have to go through procurement methods. For example, we are talking about a big push program. They haven't even advertised. So the government has not released zero Ghana cedis to for the big push. It is because procurement takes time. And that is why even investor community, they look at quarter 2 performances to make their decisions, because expenditure and economic activities are ramped up in the third and fourth quarter. So even with that, the government has already spent 53% of the total tax expenditure for the year. So to me, the average Ghanaian is the important matter. Beyond these macro numbers, what is important is the micro indicators that affect the livelihoods of our people. The truth of the matter is that we have seen a reduction of the price of rice, maize, sugar, and many other consumables in this country. That is what Ghanaians are interested in, and not these lexicons and jargons that the minority keeps talking about. The second issue is that they are saying that government promised in the budget to allocate $279 million to the gold board. Because currently, if you look at the performance of the exchange, it is anchored on the price of gold and cocoa and that of oil. And they have assumed that government has continued the gold purchase program because it is the Bank of Ghana that supplies the money for the gold board. However, when the gold board bill came, the minority performed. And in the minority, in the committee at finance level and even plenary, the source of the gold fund, sources of funding for gold board was really clear. One was the government annual support through the budget, and then the second one was the support from the Bank of Ghana, because the primary beneficiary of the gold purchase agreement has to do with reserves. And who are those that benefit from the reserve position of the country? It is the Bank of Ghana. So if the Bank of Ghana is releasing money to the gold purchase program, it is within the law that established the right tomorrow.
Okay, they talk about not expending as a government, and you're saying that is because of procurement. The argument is that when the big push, for instance, is properly rolled out and you start all the expenditure, the Citi would be struggling. What is the guarantee and assurance that when that begins and you start paying for other big ticket items, we will not see the Citi struggling again?
So you see, that is where they are getting it wrong once again. First of all the big push program are Citi rated. Government of Ghana has taken it as a policy not to rate any project approved by the central government in any foreign currency. So that argument of that, the fact that the Citi will suffer again because of the big push, the 13.7 billion, these are Citi equivalents. So where is the argument that once we begin spending, then it still suffers? Who theory supports that once government of Ghana begins spending, they should have never talked about inflation and not exchange rate. So for me, I am of the view that mostly third quarter, fourth quarter, they see a lot of big ticket items. And look, tomorrow, if you look at the last 20-something years or 30-something years of our democracy, no government, and I mean no government, has doing a budget performance of over 55% and beyond in any first 2 quarters. It has never happened, and it will not happen, because the budget process, look at something. This budget was passed in March 2025. March, it means that from January, February, and March, there was no expenditure on this budget. It was done by the expenditure in advance of application that was done by the previous government. So in March, they brought it to Parliament. Parliament took possession of the budget, debated it. So in April, that was when this budget kicked out. April, May, and that of June, 3 months. And that is why I'm saying that you don't use half-year performance to even rate the entire year performance, because in the first 6 months, a lot of economic activities are not done. They are now putting the government in place. Many organization structures are not being completed, and even budgets are yet to be integrated in most institutions. When you do that, procurement activities cannot be guaranteed in the first 2 quarters. And that is why I'm assuring you that in November, when the Minister of Finance comes to present the 2026 fiscal budget, you will see that the outlays for this year will be higher in the third and the fourth quarter.
Thank you so much for speaking to us here.
Thank you.
That's Honorable Atta Issa. He is NDC Member of Parliament for Sanarigo in the Northern Region. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We return with more. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Charlie, where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the banco.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Massa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Life doesn't always go as planned. Maybe you dreamed of earning a degree, but something got in the way. Losing a parent, financial struggles, or life just happening. But what if I told you it's not too late? At Cracks Training Institute, we believe in second chances. With the ABE Level 6 program, your dreams are back within reach. If you hold an HND or a 2-year diploma and have valuable work experience, this is your opportunity. The ABE Level 6 is recognized by Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, and equivalent to a bachelor's degree. But that's not all. It also qualifies you to enroll in any university in Ghana for a master's degree. And here's the good news. Admissions start this August. This is your moment. Don't let it pass you by. Take the first step towards rewriting your story. Call us today at Cracks Training Institute on 0552 222217, 0552 222217, or visit cracks.edu.gh.
We asked the non-business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, and what time when you can't park where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
this is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it will protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let me read some of your messages that have come through. Akapo Jr. Says the minority should for now focus on how to build a resilient party for 2028. They should give the NDC government the space to enjoy the goodwill reposed in them. Their reactions irritate Ghanaians due to their poor and tyrannic rule. Hamdan Al-Hassan from Nyoni South says, I pity this country. If we could have leaders that we voted for make things better, I'd rather praying the country gets doomed than we don't have a future as Ghanaians. Alex Kofi Yarini says, where were these people when they were in power? I think they are best actors when they are in opposition, and there they shall remain. Daniel Akpaliok says the minority has no moral right to hold a press conference on a mid-year budget they shamelessly boycotted. You can't abandon your duty and turn around to criticize what you refuse to engage in. Their actions are a betrayal of the people they represent. Ghana needs serious leaders, not political spectators with empty voices. Abi National says NPP needs to learn their mistakes. If not, they will remain in opposition for long. Mausia Yebi Aista says the minorities claim that Bank of Ghana's management hampers forex access, overlooks the complexity of currency stability. While the bank manages exchange rates to promote economic stability, shortages of dollars often stem from external factors like global demand and geopolitical issues. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Eno.
Sanda, let's go to the NPP because they have officially opened nominations for its 2026 presidential primaries. Nominations are expected to close on August 28, 2025, with interested aspirants required to make a non-refundable payment of 100,000 cedis as part of the application fee. Announcing the opening of nominations, NPP General Secretary Justin Kudia-Frimpong stated that the primaries will be held on January 31, 2026.
Nominations for our party members who aspire to become presidential candidate of our party for the 2028 elections. However, there are some guidelines that I need to bring to your attention. First and foremost, the presidential primaries shall be held on Saturday.
We apologize for that, but the MPP is also urging the National Democratic Congress to take the current developments in Boko as a cautionary example of why politics should not be linked to chieftaincy matters. NPP General Secretary Justin Kudia-Frimpong referenced past statements that sought to blame the NPP for the violence in Boko ahead of the 2024 general elections, warning against politicizing such sensitive issues.
It should serve as a caution to the NDC government that in politics, it is not everything that we allow propaganda, misrepresentation to lead us. More important, when it has to do with issues of chieftaincy, when it has to do with issue of religion, when it has to do with issue of ethnicity or tribe, it's something that politicians we need to tread cautiously. Ladies and gentlemen, if you recall, prior to the 2024 elections, the NDC, in their desperate attempt to win elections, said all manners of things, citing tribalism, religious divisions, creating problems even in our traditional setup, all their quest to win the 2024 elections.
You heard the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Kudia-Frimpong. Still on the NPP, they have officially endorsed Solomon Kwame Asumadu, Chief Executive Officer of Owo Mining Company, as its parliamentary candidate for the upcoming Akwatia by-election. The party says the decision follows extensive stakeholder consultations, during which proposals for holding a primary were overwhelmingly rejected in favor of consensus. The Eastern Regional Chairman of the NPP, Jeff Kuneduado, addressed journalists in Parliament.
We commissioned a research. People went into the constituency and gave them all the names that had expressed interest. When it came, the party saw that they've settled on Kwame Asumadu Solomon. And so we reported back to council, and council also gave us the go-ahead to engage further and to follow the due process to do a popular acclamation for Kwame Asumadu in the constituency. Today marks the official announcement of Kwame Asumadu as our candidate for the Akwatia constituency by elections.
Jeff Kunedu Ado is Eastern Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party.
Let's speak to the party at the national level. Evans Nimaku is Director of Elections with the New Patriotic Party. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about Akwatia a bit. Are you imposing a candidate on the constituency?
Good evening to your listeners, and again for your question. The New Patriotic Party is not imposing candidates on the good people of Akwatia. When we look at our constitution, when it comes to the issue of parliamentary candidates, it is the National Executive Committee that is closed with the authority to undertake such exercise. The party at the National Executive Committee and National Council stage put together a committee chaired by the Eastern Regional Chairman with the mandate to consult with the rank and file of the party people in Akwatia, opinion leaders in the constituency, and help the party to take a decision whether or not to conduct the ordinary primaries where delegates will cast their vote, or go through some consultative arrangement and come out of the situation where we'll have a candidate by consensus. Upon detailed engagement and further collaboration with all stakeholders, the party arrived at a decision to go along with the candidate that the party's wisdom will be the suitable person to lead us in this enterprise. Mind you, we are doing because our very own sitting member of parliament, may his soul rest in peace, left us. But for that, there would have been any by-election. On the backdrop of this, the party did not see it or deem it right to go through this competitive arrangement to select a candidate. And so, if at this stage, the party having consulted constituency executive, polling station people, other opinion leaders, arrived at this situation, it doesn't mean that it is an imposition. In fact, if you be informed, all those who have shown interest accepted the decision and even proposed that in the interest of the party, the way to go is to find a consensus candidate. It is their own decision. And so maybe you will let your correspondent around the place to undertake some exercise and give you an opinion if what I'm telling you is not the case.
I see. So the key advantage of this your choice or this your route is that what? Instead of going to the polls, you are you are selecting instead of electing. What is the advantage in the selection over the election?
I mean, in the field of soccer, if you are given a penalty and you are not a good penalty taker, you miss it. We've consulted among all those who need to be consulted, and the party at this stage think that the way to go is to have a certain consensus arrangement. If you are going to go into that competitive arrangement, we've done it. We've done it in Asenov, we've done it in Kumaru, we've done it in Ejoso. But at this stage, the party want to go along with the recommendation from the Kunedu's committee.
Even though there may be people who are interested, and in politics, if you put the guy who is not liked by the people on the ballot, you would end up having a bloody nose. That's what you want?
We are not going to go into the election and get 100% endorsement. We are going to the election with the full support of all party members in the constituency. So tomorrow when the constituency delegate conference will meet in Bodia, they will endorse the decision of those prospective candidates who have not agreed that Solomon should be the one to be the candidate to be sponsored by the party for this contest.
Why not just let them go to the polls and be defeated there so that they know that at least it was a fair process? By you going into a room and coming out to announce, like the Pope, that this is the person you've settled on, I'm not sure that would be very, very democratic for a party that boasts of being democratic.
I'm happy you are trying to link it to the selection of the Pope.
Actually, that's a very bad comparison I did there by mentioning the conclave and the Pope. I withdraw that. In fact, I withdraw that. I withdraw that. Let me say, no. Let me change and use a different example. This one I've scored my own goal. The better example would be where you enter a room and come out and say this is a person who is going to be your chief, and you know that chieftaincy and democracy are not really partners a lot of the times.
Well, so let me be quick on this. I think that this decision did not just come out of the blue. The party did extensive consultation within the shortest time available to us. The party has gone into this route before. We've gone into elections from 1996 in terms of parliamentary. Not in every constituency that we have competitive selection. In some of the situations, some of the candidates are able to contest on consensus basis. So after opening and closing of nomination, you don't have anybody taken from but only one person. And in fact, if you look at even the ECCI, it says that where at the close of nomination, only one candidate appears to be the one who has submitted nomination form. That person is to be elected. In the case of New Patriotic Party, we've gone through so many routes of selecting our candidate. In this situation, the good people of Akwatia believe that on the backdrop of the passing away of our dear MP, it is in a right direction for the party to go through this route. So the consensus candidate is the one at this moment accepted by the people of Akwatia.
Why not also thinking of consensus candidates for your national election than the flag bearership? Or because again, the situation and the examples you've given for Akwatia, you've gone through a very, very, very terrible election. You are in a very turbulent time. Why don't you go to the party and ask them quietly, let them tell you who your candidate is so that you settle on that person for your flag bearer, so that everybody else will later on that?
So two things. One, presidential primary is not the same as parliamentary primaries. So in the case of these parliamentary primaries, we've lost our certain member of parliament. I think it is in this stage that all those who have shown interest decided that we should sit and engage for us to have a consensus candidate. So, I mean, for these two reasons, you are well informed that the situations are not the same. But the date for presidential is also different from this. In fact, as we speak, we don't know when the EC is going to fix for the conduct of the by-election. We are waiting the EC's announcement. But definitely a date is going to come, and so the party is in the preparative stage of making sure that we get it right. And we are going to get it. We know that the good people of Akwatia will accept and endorse the candidature of Asumadu for him to go to parliament, represent them, and be on the foot of our departed member of parliament.
Very well. Let's talk now about you've opened nominations. Talk to us briefly about that and what the process would be.
Okay, thank you. So in the wisdom of the party's national council, the body clothed with authority to set up dates and venue for the conduct of presidential primaries. You are aware that the council selected 31st January to be the date for the conduct of the presidential primaries. We just amended our constitution at the national conference, and so the combined motions by the party and the party constitution, the polling station executive all through to national executive delegates for this conference. You are looking at also some former officers of the party from the constituency level, some former MMDCs, former MPs who are all going to be delegates. We are having patrons and council of elders at the national and regional level being part of the delegates for this exercise. Nomination for this exercise is open today, and it's been open for 1 month, and so on August 28th of this year, the nomination will close. The directives from the National Council and from the press set by the General Secretary, prospective candidates will procure the nomination forms at the cost of 100,000, and then upon submission, they will support with a filing fee of 500,000. The National Council directed that, in view of the fact that extensive conferences will be conducted at all the constituency levels, prospective candidates will be required to pay a development fee which will be determined by the National Council. And so that is about it. When nominations are filed, the party has put together a committee chaired by Honorable Adokufo to undertake vetting of these candidates. The report of the vetting committee will be submitted to the National Council, and if there are any issue in terms of appeal, such aggrieved candidates may submit their grievances to the National Executive Committee for consideration. The party has also put together a Oseusu committee which will be responsible for the conduct of the presidential primary.
Okay.
So far, these are the issues that have been put together by the National Council. And after that, the General Secretary did a press conference today, engaged the media, and the issues are out there. In fact, there is a notice to all constituency officers and regional officers for this information to be made known to all party people across constituencies and the region.
Is 700 is 600,000? Is that not too much?
Also, so if you sit back, you may think that it is too much. When you are conducting an election at the 276 constituencies with delegate size of almost 350,000, and you have to consider electoral materials, you have to look at security issues, you have to engage the media, you need to look at issues of transportation for delegates, because these elections are not conducted at the polling station level but at constituency centers. Delegates will have to be transported. Some consideration in terms of snacks and water, meals and what have you will have to be supplied to them to take care of their bodily needs. So it takes a bit of money to run these conferences.
And also you are in opposition, so party has car.
That would not be my argument. My argument is that, or the information I'm putting out is that it takes some amount of money to conduct these conferences across constituencies.
Very well.
And if you look at the delegates involved, number of delegates for these conferences, it makes reason to for this amount to be charged on.
Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Evans Nimako, is Director of Elections for the New Patriotic Party. So, what's the plan with the NDC in Akwetia? Mustafa Gbandi is Deputy General Secretary of the party. Mus, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, my brother.
The NPP has selected a candidate. They think that it will best serve their interests at this stage. Why are you going through the laborious process of an election?
Well, I think that basically, good evening to our cherished listeners. The convention, as we all know, the only way a good, upstanding political party can, sort for candidates is to subject same to internal processes of elections. And so we believe that the people of Akwetia deserves better. The people of Akwetia deserve a credible material, a credible, competent candidate. And so there are a number of people who have all shown interest in becoming, the member of parliament for Akwetia to replace our brother Ernest Yakume. And so we cannot go and sit in the room as if political parties have become anarchic and select one person and endorse the person as if it's a marriage.
let everyone go through an election. Whoever emerges, that would have been a popular candidate internally. So it is easy to market that candidate. It is easy to take that candidate up for an election. The fact that the MPP have gone to sit in a room as if they have become chiefs to denying the others an opportunity to contest is a testament of the fact that, one, their party administration machinery is weak. Two, the party is divided. So Senator Japan will be interested in who wins the election there. Dr. Bernard Champa will be interested in who wins the election there. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be interested. Communal Japan will be interested. So at the end, to worsen their situation. Number three, even in the Akotia constituency, all is not well with the MPP. So they have gone in there and decorated a particular candidate as if that is how they outdoor chiefs and imposing on the party. We will not go through that line. Our party is a strong party, competent enough. We believe that for all intents and purposes, we are going to win the Akotia election on the basis of quality politicking, on the basis of good governance, on the basis of track record. That is why we believe that the only way to arrive at a candidate that will be suitable for that by-election will be to allow each and every one an opportunity to contest, so that internally the party will decide on a candidate. Then we can take that candidate up for the rest of the Akotia people to elect one. Now, don't forget that Ns Yaokuni is our friend. He is a credible character, very humble. You know, he's built a particular pedigree for himself, very educated. If you have followed him, he has a number of master degrees. He has finished law school. You know, I was with him at a security school, and he's died, unfortunately. We need to be fair to the people of Akotia to get a person that is competent, a person whose pedigree represent at least the expectation of the people of Akotia, whether or not we believe that NS won the election legitimately or not. Now he is no more, unfortunately. We sympathize and stand with the family in this difficulty. We in the NDC believe that it is proper that if you are going to put anybody to represent that unfortunate situation, that person must be credible, that person must be competent, and so we believe that we'll go through an internal process and make that selection.
Question.
On the other hand, the MPP does not have any basis, any reason, any grounds to campaign in Akotia. That is why, even within their political party, that they have, lost an individual that we are all mourning. Their way of campaigning for Akotia is to be sounding violence. We will kill people. We will hurt people. We will shoot guns. We will do this. Well, if they care to know, let the MPP know that we are not going to Akotia with violence. We will solidarize with the people. We will stand with the people. But let me assure them, any member of the MPP who have played any role in the previous government, be it corruption, be it some fraud, be it a crime, be it violence, if that person brings his head in Akotia, nobody will beat him, but we will assist the police to arrest that person. So they should have that at the back of their mind, that the NDC will not be violent, the NDC will not beat anybody, we will not be like them, we will not settle their record, but we will help the police to look for everyone who the police have been looking for to arrest and haven't found. If we find the person in Akotia, he will be arrested. Victims of persons who have committed fraud during the 8 years regime of President Akufo-Addo against individuals, all the victims will be in Akotia. When you come there, you are identified, you will be arrested. We will assist the police to arrest you. They shouldn't come and say that they are being, anybody is handling them. So we are ready for the Akotia by-election. We are very ready in a competent way. We will deploy every sophistry that is required democratically to help us win an election, so that after Nanado have left that place undeveloped. Nanado's village and President Nanado's village and Akotia is just 45 minutes. That is his backyard. 8 years of his governance have never seen any credible development in Akotia constituency. And so it is just reasonable that when our government is in power, the people of Akotia deserve development, and so the people should be able to partner with the NDC to also see a fair and equitable distribution of the national state to the people of Akotia.
2 questions before you go. The first one has to do with the selection. You had a candidate in the last election. You were convinced that your candidate actually won the election. You went all the way to the Supreme Court. Now, if you are that confident, why don't you just fill the same person? Because at least, based on your records from the last election, you would say that he is perhaps the most popular in the constituency, and he almost, based on your belief, he actually even won, based on your view, the election. Why don't you put that person forth? And then
we still stand by whatever was happening in court. We believe that we had won the election. Of course, for every election, there must be a declaration. If you don't agree, you go to court. We have done so as law-abiding citizens. The indicators that determined the previous election results are not the same indicators going into this election, and we will not be the ones as executives to determine who is more suitable for the people of Akotia at this point. Let, first of all, our party people decide on who at this point in time they want to present as a candidate. If they so think that the former MP who contested the previous election is the one they still want, the party will support that. If they so believe that they need to change for a new candidate, the party will support that decision. But of course, it will get all parties who are interested to have been treated fairly as compared to what the MPP is doing now, tying everybody's hands behind their backs. Of course, they are even their own constituency chairman, have come out to indicate his intention to contest. What they are doing is calling people in the rooms now and threatening them not to bring division, because the party is disintegrated. We will not toe the line of a disintegrated party to go and sit in the room. I think we are dealing with chieftaincy, select somebody after Uzuko contest. No, that's not how to run a political party, unfortunately. The MPP must learn out of that. It is an archaic and obsolete style of politicking. Let the people select their preferred candidate that they are willing to own, that they are willing to fight for, that they are willing to stand with, not one that you impose on a constituency. So for us, it is good that they have gone to use these sham processes to select a candidate. We will go through what is known by all of you, what is advocated by all of you, and select a candidate for the people of Akotia.
Last question. You have a super majority in Parliament. Are you not trying to bite more than you can chew by going to look for an extra seat? With or without Akwetia, you are so comfortable in Parliament, and the president is struggling to give the MPs you have in Parliament jobs. Now you are going to add more unemployed MPs? Or
the less useful this current minority prove themselves daily, the more Ghanaians want them to diminish from participating in any democratic process. And of course, if you
to make your burden heavier, don't you think?
No problem. If you ask the people of Ghana, they will tell you that actually, if they have their way, the MPP, the crop of people who have disadvantaged this country, who themselves have led a national fraud syndicate as a government, should not be allowed anywhere closer to governance of this country again. So therefore, any opportunity that will democratically present itself to further diminish and reduce the numbers of MPP minority in Parliament, we will take advantage of that and we will reduce the numbers. So we are going there in good faith to win, that seat. Have the minority convinced you that they are a serious, committed minority that is willing to do honest with Ghanaians, even though their numbers are less, continue to be credible? They are only being disingenuous and believe that it's all about cameras. Look at what the former finance minister did today. It's about cameras. He's lying that people are telling them that ministers are telling them they can't implement policies. But he was a finance minister and they led an abysmal performance in government. Today, we are not learning from them. If Ghanaians get a wish, MPP should be dissolved and reconstituted, because as far as I'm concerned, they have been a thorn in the flesh of Ghanaians. They have been an affliction. They have been a source of pain and depression as far as constitution permits them to participate in any election that made them a government in the previous 8 years, they have caused a lot of pain to Ghanaians.
Well.
Don't you think that pensioners are still crying to date? Don't you think that our old mothers and fathers who they've deprived allowed Kenoforiata to run down their system? Don't you think they are still in pain? Don't you think the people who have lost their bonds are still in pain? Don't you think the people who have been laid off their work as a result of banking sector cleanup are still in pain?
Let's leave it here.
We will do the will of Ghanaians as much as they want us to.
Thank you so much. Thank you for speaking to us, Mustafa Bandi, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC in charge of operations. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sandamod here with Endo Sako, who brings us business news next, and then we have Point Blank. Please stay with us.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Still unbeatable. Republic Bank has slashed the Citi mortgage interest rate to a new low. That means it's more affordable to own your dream home. You enjoy lower monthly installments, save on interest payments, flexible loan arrangements, and more. Make the move. Own your home at a low teen interest rate. But hurry, this offer lasts for a limited time. Visit any Republic Bank branch or send email to myhome@republicghana.com or call Accra 054-0109-649. Kumasi 054-0109-901 to apply today and enjoy a teen interest rate. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so
this is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it will protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action. No, Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair in our
So where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a full the go be too small.
Go.
And Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Ma, have you received the delivery?
See how the rider's bay. Send me the momo.
Okay, *176.
Paul, don't you use a smartphone? Use the momo app there.
Huh? App.
Hey, I want to say millennium, say millennial. Oh, millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Are you smart? You know you're secure. Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Do your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today. MTN.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inosafo. Let's settle for the details. In response to the growing adoption of sustainable finance practices across the financial sector, the Bank of Ghana says it is tightening oversight on ESG principles to ensure that all regulated financial institutions fully climate risk into their operations. The move is part of a broader push to deepen understanding and implementation of the Ghana Sustainable Banking Principles. Latest data from the BOG indicates that the average compliance rate for greening Ghana's financial system has risen steadily from 42.2% to 73.6%, reflecting a deepened compliance with the guidelines. Second Deputy Governor Matilda Sante Esiedu indicated this at the Ghana Sustainable Banking Principles Construction Sector Deep Dive event in Accra.
Between 2021 and 2023, the Bank of Ghana facilitated the training of all 23 commercial banks on the 7 sustainable banking principles. We have since been receiving biannual reports from the banks to assess the bank's compliance. And I'm pleased to announce that the average compliance rate has been on an upward trajectory from 42.2 to 73.6 as of March 2025. I really commend you for the great efforts in this regard and the resultant enhancements in the supervisory oversight and transparency. Banks are now required to update their governance structures, risk management systems, and internal policies to comply with the directive. The Bank of Ghana has developed other partnerships with international and local bodies. These collaborations enhance institutional learning and position the Bank of Ghana to shape global discourse on sustainable finance.
Matilda Santia-Siedu is the second deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. Ghana accrued a total of $370 million in petroleum receipts in the first half of 2025. This is according to the semi-annual report from the Bank of Ghana under the Petroleum Revenue Management Act, Act 815. The receipts were derived from three key sources, including crude oil liftings, other petroleum-related inflows, and interest income spanning the period January to June 2025. According to data, crude oil liftings alone generated $218.63 million.
An additional 148.7 million came from other receipts, primarily corporate income taxes, surface rentals, and final tax payments by key upstream oil companies, including Cosmos Energy, Tullow Ghana, ENI Ghana, and Petrol SE. Interest income from Petroleum Holding Fund investment contributed $3.24 million to the total. Out of the total petroleum receipts, $63.5 million was allocated to the Ghana Petroleum Fund. The Ghana Stabilization Fund received $44.4 million. The Ghana Heritage Fund received $19 million. This aligns with the allocation formula under the PRME, which mandates the transfer of portion of petroleum revenues to savings and stabilization buffers. The Ghana Stabilization Fund, which started the year with 196 million, received allocations and interest of $47.3 million. However, the government made a withdrawal of 121 million, leaving the fund with a closing balance of $122 million by the end of June 2025. The Ghana Heritage Fund saw its balance rise from 1.26 billion to $1.3 billion, with no withdrawals recorded during the period.
Emmanuel Opong with that Business Desk report. The Ghana Revenue Authority says it is stepping up efforts to tackle corruption and improve revenue mobilization across its operations. Speaking after a working visit to the Tema Port, Commissioner of the Customs Division at the Ghana Revenue Authority, Brigadier General Glover Ashon Anand, said that Customs will roll out new measures to tackle inefficiencies in tax collection. These include the use of artificial intelligence, an advanced cargo manifest system, and other digital tools to streamline operations. His assurance comes just days after Finance Minister Dr. Kasil Atuforsen raised concerns about major revenue losses at the port.
Following on the media review by the Minister of Finance, as a commissioner, I deemed it necessary to come here, have a first-hand information and also assess the situation on the ground, and then see what we can do to improve on our revenue collection and make sure that we achieve the targets set for my division as a customs division. And since I came here, I've had interaction with the personnel, and it came out that there are a number of things, but mostly they are systemic, and some are also has to do with the individuals involved. So to clear that, we want to leverage on technology by adopting some artificial intelligence softwares and also using advanced cargo manifest. With that, we are sure that we will take off the human factor out of it, and then we are sure that will increase the revenue and then the set targets for us.
Brigadier General Glover Ashon Anand is Commissioner of the Customs Division at the Ghana Revenue Authority. The Food and Beverages Association is urging the government to strictly enforce Ghana's trade laws to ensure the successful implementation of the 24-hour economic policy. General Secretary of FABAC Samuel Agre says the unlawful participation of foreigners in Ghana's retail sector, coupled with excessive importation, remains a major setback to the government's flagship program. Speaking to Citi Business News, the General Secretary of the Ghana Food and Beverages Association, Samuel Agre, urged government to take immediate action.
The investment code is very clear. We should look at them. If you are bringing in $1 million, it doesn't mean you should go into the market and sell. And don't just come and import. Come and set up the factory and then sell to the indigenous people, let them sell. So the 24-hour economy will need to do a lot. If we are looking at the production sector, then of course, whoever is bringing their money is not to import under the 24-hour economy, but to come and process and manufacture for export. We need to put a serious check and then monitor the market as it were. So if the retailers and Guta are complaining that foreigners are taking up their market, then we need to drive them out. They have a genuine concern.
Samuel Agre is the General Secretary of the Ghana Food and Beverages Association. That's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inu Safo. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens. This advert is FDA approved.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa health cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa health cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi is the one, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Damex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
It's 24 minutes to 1900 GMT. This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Umaru Sandamado. When the election results started coming through on December 7, 2024, there was a trend we noticed which was shocking to us on air persons. In fact, the first result we announced during our broadcast was from the Sekondi Takoradi metropolitan area. Now that place has always been blue. It has always been the elephant from 96. So the view is that even if MPP loses all elections nationwide, of course the Ashanti, Eastern and the Sekondi Takoradi area would remain blue. But the NDC penetrated through the Sekondi Takoradi metropolitan area and flipped a number of constituencies. Esikado flipped, right? Sekondi flipped. Takoradi remained on a string with the regional minister at the time. My guest tonight led the NDC to flip Sekondi. His Honorable Blay Nyamike Ama, first term MP for Sekondi. You're welcome.
Cool running.
How are you doing, sir?
Not bad, very cool.
Everything under control?
Well, everything is on the
I like your voice. Sounds like Jedouble Ambule.
Oh,
do you sing?
Not really, but we come from the same area.
Or is it KK Kabobo rather that you are sounding like? I'm trying to figure out which one you are sounding like.
Maybe KK Kabobo.
You sound like KK. He's my favorite from that side.
Oh yeah, I love him as well.
Yeah, I love KK Kabobo. Yeah. How are you doing?
Well, cool running.
Cool running. You are a guy man, eh? You're a swag man. Because I met your colleague from Tipim, or is it Efia? We did Heritage Caravan. He was there. And he took the microphone and started singing.
Oh, that is Kwesi Mintim.
Kwesi Mintim, yes.
Yes, Fifi.
And he did a great job with that. So
he loves to sing.
He is a guy man too.
Well, he loves to sing.
Yeah.
Especially Kofi Kinata.
Yes. Oh my God, he was singing Kofi Kinata like nobody's business.
He's a perfect singer.
So NDC, you flipped Sekondi,
Kwesi Mintim,
Eskado Ketan.
Yes, it was left with Efia and Takoradi.
So they maintained Efia and Takoradi.
Yeah.
So it's 5 constituencies, right?
Yes, 5.
You took 3.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Were you shocked yourself when you saw that you had won?
Me? No.
You're very certain.
I knew I was going to win all along.
Based on what? Because, like, if you look at the record, it's always been blue. So, what gave you the confidence?
First, let me, extend my greetings to the people of Sekondi and my constituency executives, including my regional executives, and all those that supported, gave us that big push for us to win the seat in Sekondi. Greetings to all of them, especially my market women.
Greetings. You can greet them in Fanti. Yeah. Oh no, it's Sekondi. What do you speak? Fanti?
Yeah, Fanti.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's a hunter land, or?
It is.
But Fanti is spoken more than a hunter.
Yes.
Okay. Feel free to speak in any of the languages.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. And to me, BBI cool running. I wasn't surprised because if you looked at the history of Sekondi, it's since democracy started in Ghana, that is during the colonial days before Ghana, and during the era of Kwame Nkrumah, is a UP tradition that have won in Sekondi. So it's not just 96.
So
it is something that is there. So actually, in Sekondi, I'm the only Social Democrat or Nkrumah's party that have taken both the parliamentary and presidential for our party, NDC. And I looked at it and, for such a long time, Sekondi has been deprived of development. So if you look at the 5 constituencies that, comprises of the metropolitan area, Sekondi is the poorest. So what I did was I sat down and studied Sekondi for quite a long time, and I realized that they need quite a number of social interventions to get them up and running. So I designed a few social intervention programs, and one was the interest-free loans for traders. That was a lot of money that I pumped in there.
As a candidate?
Yes. as an opposition candidate. You know, so then we did exercise books, which is still is happening this September. We did few, not a lot, you know, and then we did, you know, rice for elderly people and all that. These are things that I used to do, you know. So, but I just broadened it, and then a cake that's going. And
was that your first time running as MP, or you had done it in the past?
No, I haven't.
So you
It's
won
my
the
senior
primaries?
brother who had then contested twice and lost. So I came in.
Senior brother, when you say senior, blood or just your
blood? Yeah, one dad, one mom.
Oh, your elder brother?
Yeah, my other brother.
He
I am
went
behind him
He went twice.
Yes, and lost.
And
yeah,
then,
even at the primaries.
And you decided to go now?
Yes.
Did you? So you didn't contest him in the primaries?
No.
So he said he will go again, and you went.
Yes, he contested in 2012 and 2016, but didn't go. So I advised him not to pursue again.
And you took over?
Yes, of course.
Is he around?
Yeah, he is. He was my campaign manager.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yes, we worked together and we delivered this year because he's got that experience.
Okay.
And I brought my experience from abroad, so it was a kind of complementary.
Abroad? Where were you in abroad?
I was in the UK for 24 years.
Doing what?
I went and studied law over there, and then I did a bit of practice with a few law firms.
So you're a lawyer?
Yes, trained lawyer.
Barrister?
In the UK. No, trained solicitor.
Okay.
But I never got practicing in there.
Okay, so you're just a solicitor?
Yes. So
which means you're doing a lot more of advice and doing the work in the background?
Yes.
Okay.
So I came here to try and do the post call, but because of politics. So, you know, you saw that in the news that I was saying how I was being cajoled by the Ghana Legal Council to bring my certificate, and that was a big news. And you know,
but if you become a lawyer abroad and you come here, you have to do the post call for 6 months.
That's it.
So if you refuse to
it's
go
from October to June. I am registered though. I am registered. But
as a visiting lawyer?
No, as a post call student, but I couldn't write all the papers this year because of the demand. So
so you were actually in this post call?
Yes.
Oh really? And your people are finishing?
Yeah. I was in the same exams hall with them, and they schooled me that's late.
So
yes.
you were okay.
Yeah.
And you were doing 4 days a week at Makola.
Yeah.
And you should have written. Apart from the evidence paper which would toughen you up.
Did you write?
I wrote too.
Oh, you did? Oh, all right. So you that evidence paper,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm preparing for October.
Oh, okay. So you start in October again?
Yes. No.
Okay.
I thought I was going to have an exemption in the constitutional law, which obviously it wasn't. So I was not able to write, and so I had to do it in October, or if not in June. That is what happened.
You have to do it now because this is the only time you have time.
No, I will do it. I will do it.
So what else is your profession apart from law? What else were you doing?
Well, in Ghana, I was into real estate.
Okay.
Yes, I've been building and hiring them out, not selling. I don't like selling, I have to be honest.
Okay, so you rent it out?
Yes, I have a few, estates.
Where did you grow up?
Second year at Semensudo.
What were you doing as a child?
I was playing football and running around playing chaskele and all that.
I see. Your parents, what were they doing?
My parents, my dad was working at boatyard.
Okay.
As a draftsman. And then my mom was a trader. She was into business. And because she was in Nzima, the major trade that she did was bringing, those days, appetition, barriers, drums and all that, and then ventured into foodstuffs, which is cassava, banana, plantains and all that.
So you came back from the UK. Did you get citizenship over there?
Oh yes, so I was a British.
But you didn't have a problem when you came back to Ghana. You managed to renounce.
Yes, I renounced.
You didn't have any problem. Nobody took you to court and said that.
No. There was
Why did you leave UK to come to Ghana? Things are better there. The train is moving fast.
It is.
It's on time. There's no. A lot of things are in order.
I thought I can make a change, or have an impact, bring my knowledge. And
can you just one person out of 276?
I am moving. In secondary is what my focus is. I want to have a big impact in secondary before then I'll think about the whole Ghana. You know, of course you have to have a big dream. You don't just have to have a small dream.
So what did you learn in your travels that you want to replicate or implement in your constituency to help? In fact, your classmate B has sent me a message. She said that I'm listening to you guys. The man ran away after the evidence paper. She's mocking you. I would have told you her name, but it's okay. Let me leave it.
I did. I ran early.
That's from Louisa.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Anyway, continue.
Anyway. What?
So what did you learn in the UK that you intend to come and replicate here?
When I go to Europe, I was so enthused about their social, sector, whereby nobody is left out, being poor. You are able to encourage to do something. If you are not working, the government is there to support you. So that is what I am trying to get into secondary. I've initiated a program whereby no child is going to buy exercise books in secondary, and we are providing 300,000 exercise books for September alone. So every child that schools in that attends a basic school in secondary is going to have 20 exercise books.
And you'll be providing that?
Yes, I am.
Where's the money from?
Well, because I planned it, so I have been able to gather my own. It's my own money.
But using your personal money to feed? Are you Father Christmas?
Yes. I am not, but I feel if I have it, I have to help the people.
Okay.
Because I feel that when you help the people, then the people will also help you. Because the question you got to ask yourself is, what are the people getting from you for lining up in the rain and the sun, hot sun, to vote for you? What are they getting? So you ought to let them have some benefit. So that is what I'm doing. And my next program is trying to get some buses that will ferry students from secondary to Takoradi.
To go and do what?
To school.
Okay.
And
so
then
students will live. Do you have a secondary school?
We have 3 schools in secondary, scattered in secondary. We got St. John's, we got Fijai, and then we got Ajembra. And then the other secondary schools like Satek, Mary's, Tadisco, and all that are far away from our constituency, which they have to pay to get there. And some students do not go to school because their parents can't afford the fares. Others too will walk about 6 kilometers.
So you want to transport them?
Yes, that is what I'm trying, and I am trying to raise funds. If not, I'm going to use my own money.
Do you not have Metro Mass bus? I thought it was a free ride for students on Metro Mass bus.
No, secondly, we don't have the Ayalolo buses.
Ayalolo, Metro Mass.
The Metro Masses go long distance. They are urban, intra-urban.
Remember when Kufuor brought them? There were these yellow ones.
Yellow ones, yes.
Those ones were given free.
That was the one they changed to the Ayalolo system.
Yeah.
And then secondly, we don't have it. It's the Metro that has the intra-urban, intra-city,
Intercity.
So, yes, intercity. So now that is what I'm trying to do, this sort of social interventions. And then I'm going to carry through with my interest-free loans. I'm looking about a capital of about 5 million Ghana cedis, which I'm still fundraising.
Interest-free? Why are you a Muslim?
I am a strong Christian, but I believe in what is written in Deuteronomy, that you don't have to earn interest on whatever you give to your brother. So that is what I've been doing since 2022, 2023 in my constituency.
Because you are from the UK and I am obsessed by the train system, the underground.
Yes.
And knowing also that Sekondi and Takoradi are our real area.
Yes.
What ideas do you think can be, and the man who was MP for your neighboring constituency, Esikado, he was Minister for Railway. What do you think can be done to, improve on rail transport for passenger, not necessarily for goods, in your region as a whole, Western region?
We need to be candid with you. I have discussed this with my leadership, and I wanted to make a statement, but then they have to give you the go-ahead before you do it. Because if you look at the history of Sekondi Takoradi, it is due to the rail system and the harbour that brought, development to Sekondi Takoradi. Those two economic activities are down drastically, and with that has brought the whole economy of Sekondi Takoradi down as well. So for me, if I'm given the chance, I have to be honest, I will re-network the rail system, even in Accra, everything, because we can do trams, we can do a lot. That does not involve massive money, because I believe that the rail system in Western region needs to be connected, because if you look at the sort of goods that are brought to the harbor to be transported, manganese, bauxite, timber, they are heavy goods, bulky goods, and they deteriorate our roads very fast. And if we are able to get this rail network through the Western region to the Ashanti region, which was there, that will help the economy of Sekondi Takoradi, because those goods are going to come by rail. And look at one engine, the number of coaches that they carry. I mean, this is not rocket science. Every government, it should be the priority of every government. I have to be honest with you.
Do you have tourism in your constituency?
Yes, we do, but not a lot. It's something that I'm looking at, because I've gotten involved in the anchors. I'm trying to use the anchors to revive.
You are the one who removed what's his name?
Ejapa Mesa.
Ejapa Mesa.
Yes, Lawyer Mesa. Yeah.
Where his family house is?
Yes, European town.
There's a castle there.
Yes, Fort Orange.
Fort Orange.
Yes.
We went there when we went on the Heritage Caravan. It doesn't look like it's a big deal. Do you think there's something you can do about it?
Yes, I am planning to sit with our Honorable Tourism Minister and then have a lot of discussion with him. You see, the issue is not just that. Do you know that the independence of Ghana was actually started in Sekondi, financed by a Sekondinian, which is Power Grant. And actually, Kwame Nkrumah, when he came from the UK to be the secretary of the UGCC, slept in my granddad's house in Sekondi. And it was true from that house that my granddad would always ferry him to Sopon for meetings. So Sekondi itself has to be looked at very well in terms of the planning and the execution of the independence of Ghana.
Okay.
It was from Sekondi
so
that
there's a rich story there that can be told.
It was from Sekondi that Kwame Nkrumah then came to Accra to form the CPP, and then was now being sponsored by the Macaulay women.
Look for investors and try and develop the tourism in your area. Let's talk about Parliament. First day you entered the chamber, how did you feel like?
Man, it was very fantastic. In fact, I couldn't believe I was there. I knew I was going to be there. I knew people wrote me off, but I, for one, I knew I was going to be there because I know who I am.
You are not young, so I wouldn't say whether you are bullied, but still, you could be bullied. Did you feel bullied?
No way, man.
But the thing is that NDC MPs are too many. Nobody will see you. You are in the middle there somewhere or at the back.
Well, that is it. I'm at the back.
Yeah. Nobody will notice you. They'll say, have you spoken in
No, I haven't spoken yet. That's
for
what
7 months.
Yeah.
They'll laugh at. They'll say wabong.
No,
wabong.
no.
Or is that not how they say?
I'm not constituency for worker.
But
it's just that you have to you see, in Parliament it's not everything that you get called upon, noticed by the speaker.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is pre-arranged, those that will speak, those that will argue and all that. The only way that you can speak freely is by making a statement on the floor, and that is you have to choose an area that is relevant to your constituency, and that will bring importance or relevance to the constituency. And for me, I am looking at the railway, the harbour, and then the fishing industry, including the chieftaincy issues that is going on in the whole country. I believe the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Local Government have to have a role to play as early as possible to resolve all these issues.
Someone has sent me a message from your constituency. I don't know the person.
Yeah.
The person said his message is from Baka Echir. Do you have
Baka Echir, yeah.
Okay, the person's name is Anthony. He says, Sanda, please ask him these questions. 1, the name of his real estate company, the one that is doing the leasing. Can you mention that?
I don't.
You don't want to mention?
I don't.
Okay.
For me, I build and I give it out for people.
Okay. He said
I don't get involved personally.
Number 2, he said copy of his most recent solicitor's license from the UK. Do you have that?
Well, I told you that I wasn't practicing.
Yeah, but if you're a solicitor in the UK, you would have. You were trained in an inn or something.
No. You see, the UK system is the opposite of here. Where UK you do is you get graduated, then you get a license to practice, and then your name comes on the register.
So your name is not on the register in the UK?
No, because I'm not practicing. And here,
but are you a lawyer? Do you have a certificate?
Yes, I'm a trained lawyer. If I'm not a trained lawyer, how will I be in a post call?
Yeah,
I'm explaining to you because when you come here, here in Africa,
in Ghana,
here in Ghana, the moment you finish law school, your name is on the register.
Okay.
Whether you are practicing or not.
No, if you have to do pupillage before.
That's it. No, but you get called.
Yeah.
Check the rules.
Yeah.
You get called and your name is there.
Okay.
But in the UK, we get called, but then we have to. Our name will be on the register once you get the license to practice.
Okay.
So that is two different things.
The third question from Anthony is, how many school children within the Sekondi constituency? I'm not sure if that is to mean how many you have. You are getting the textbooks for, I don't know what, but the person just said that. I don't know if
I know Anthony, don't worry.
Oh, you know him?
Yes, Anthony means I know him. He's MPP guy.
I didn't add the men's because I was protecting
I know him very well.
Oh, so he doesn't like you.
He's so concerned about my law certificate and all that. So tell him I'm doing post call. So you tell him now.
Anthony Mensah, he's at the post call, and
tell him that.
Which means that the director
tell him both of us rule the evidence.
No, I have not seen you.
Yeah, I never saw you.
But but I'm not doing post call. So
yeah, you are doing this one.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Tell him.
Let's proceed.
The children.
You have been put on the committee for lands.
Yes.
In Parliament. Lands and natural resources.
No, he has the books and the children.
No, but you already said that you're going to give 20 exercises. So that's fine. I mean, you answered 2 of his questions. Last question, this one. You are a member of the Lands and Natural Resources Committee. You, the NDC, said that you were going to come and fight Galamsey.
Yes.
The Galamsey is fighting you now. Natural resources, that's error.
No. I disagree with that. You see, this is a nationwide and you know that the minister, who is Marco Fibua, who is honorable from Western region, and we are all from the same hometown in Nzamaya and all that, is doing very, very well with the able deputy, who is also from the north. So I commend the president for blending these two, and they are doing very well. As of now we are talking, there's enough proof that they are working. They've got the blue guards who are on the field. Some are from our constituency, and I can attest to that. They are on the field working, tirelessly.
So you think you can face Galamsey?
We can.
You were asking for a state of emergency when Akufo-Addo was on the seat. Now
because it was terrible then.
But it's still terrible.
No, it's not. I disagree. If you go to Ankobra,
when you are flying into Takrady,
yes,
the water doesn't look like groundnut soup. That's what I always see when I'm.
That is what they said. But then go to Ankobra and see the water is turned green.
Green?
Yes.
Blue or green?
No, it goes green, then it goes blue. That's what it is.
Why are you a water scientist?
No, but I lived and grew up by the sea and all that.
And River Thames.
Yes. And I'm close to. I live at Thamesmead, so I'm close by that.
Honorably, it's been nice talking to you. I look forward to speaking with you more.
Man.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. It's cool running.
Yeah, but what is the cool running thing? Is it like your motto? Is that what's written on your billboard in your conscience?
That's my
your
guy name.
Guy
you
name.
know what I mean? Yeah.
We don't say guy name again. Now
that's my.
Now they say Nikki.
Known by.
No, now they say Nikki. They say Nikki.
Well, that's them.
The Gen Z people. They say Nikki.
No, me they be Sekondi boy, so that's all that I know.
Drop some Sekondi line for me.
I say what's then?
I
say Olokodo.
Honorable Blaine Nyamike Ama.
If so.
NDC member of Parliament, Sekondi. It's been great speaking with you. Thank you so much, and wish you all the best. I was going to ask if you are disappointed you've not been given a position, but
no, because you know that I always say that Fantaphone is there, we need the band, we need the baby, we need baby.
And you know there maybe
yes,
before
but I have been given a good board to be on Ghana Gas, which I can't complain much.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So some too never had what I
Anything.
had. So that is what I'm saying.
It
be so. It is me that have to work very hard and prove people wrong as I did in the election.
I like you.
You know.
I wish you all the best.
I would do, man.
Thank you, man.
I would do.
All the best.
Cool running.
Mami Boza.
It be so.
That's the Honorable Member of Parliament for Second D. It's been great coming your way with Eyewitness News tonight. I am Umar Rusanda. Amadu production by Corbina Wilson, Beverly London, Sami Wiafe, Juliana Odami Osari. Technical support from Emmanuel Lati and new media support from Emmanuel Usu and the team. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening and have a good night.